It's a gorgeous Tuesday night in downtown Phoenix as the Arizona State Sun Devils welcome in another program filled with tradition. The Titans from Cal State Fullerton come calling for the first of this two-game midweek series. With the former Sun Devil SID, Randy Polkar, I'm Cavan Malayter. Randy, this entire last couple of weeks, Arizona State baseball has earned the nickname the Comeback Kids, and rightfully so. And welcome inside the broadcast booth with Ari Wall. I'm Cavan Malayter. Thanks for stopping by this afternoon. Ari, the big story for Arizona State last night, even though it was a bullpen day, they were still really productive, only one run allowed against a quality offense.
In the blink of an eye, he can go to 79. Just shows the depth in his.
Up the middle and through for a base hit. Tobias being waved around. The relay throw will go into third instead, and ASU has tied the game on an RBI single from Brandon Compton. Starting Friday night. 3-2 again. Connor lifts that one in the air to deep left field. Down the line in the corner, that ball is gone for a home run. And we are tied.
And possibly tie this game for the green and yellow.
In the air to left field, Williams back onto the track. He turns and it's gone. A grand slam for Jacob Walsh, and Oregon has the lead. Ball and then fall immediately on the warning track. That'll do that for you. As this is sent in the air to deep center field. Betcher back. He turns and this one's gone. Back to back, and it's a one-run game. Set. Righty fires. Called strike three. Thomas Burns flirts with fire but doesn't get burned as they leave him loaded in the second. They got full with no one out. He goes fastball and strikes out three straight ducks with a round trip for him. And he cranks this one at deep right field. This is way gone. Second of the game for Ryan Campos. And the Sun Devils are back within two. Top of the third inning, and the Ducks, heart of their order, comes on up. Smith, Hurd, and Thompson. And I know it's early, Max, but this feels like a very crucial trip to the heart for the Ducks.
No, absolutely it is, and especially with the fact that Thomas Burns now has a lead and is coming off of a second inning in which he almost lost all of his momentum and then just basically got all of it back with a good morning, good afternoon, and good night to end that second inning with back-to-back-to-back Ks. I mean, now having 5 through 2 innings, certainly one of the best 2-inning performances we've seen, even with the amount of base runners that Burns has allowed so far tonight.
Smith struck out via backwards K in the first. And he sends a deep fly ball to center field. Jackson back onto the track, and he makes the catch. That ball had some late life and tail to it, but it was no problem for the star-studded Sun Devil center fielder.
No problems there on the part of Jackson as he's a little bit sweating himself because he was just like, man, if the Flynn's blowing out to center field, that ball's probably gone. And obviously the American and Arizona State flag at straightaway center field are blowing hard towards right, which probably had led to that ball basically just dying right on the warning track.
Fastball strike one at Jeffrey Hurd. Walked his last trip up. And that's the thing now as we get into the nighttime here with the desert, is that obviously these balls are going to have a much more different flight path than they probably would in a lot of other ballparks throughout the country.
Absolutely, and especially with the fact the 40-minute delay is now darkness of the Arizona sky is going to be playing much more of a factor earlier on in the ball game than probably both of these teams expected it to. Going to be very interesting to see if, especially if the outfields defensively are necessarily going to have those battles now throughout the night, considering they're not having it from maybe the 4th or 5th inning on, they're instead from the 2nd inning on.
1-2. Try to climb the ladder, a little bit unsuccessful there. 91, but Hurd saw it the entire way. Shift is on for the Sun Devil defense as Burns comes home. Backdoor breaking ball, couldn't get it. And it's full.
And really the line so far for Burns, Cavan, has kind of really been a summation of what ASU baseball at least from the pitching side of things, at least from the starter standpoint, has kind of been, you have 2 1/3 innings, you got 4 walks, a little scary. Those 5 strikeouts mean much more.
Yeah, a team that gets a lot of strikeouts, but in turn they also give up a lot of walks and a lot of hits as well. When you look at the staff as a whole, second in the conference in strikeouts as Hurd fights another good pitch off and sends it into the stands. And they're 4th in Ks per 9 at 127 in terms of total team strikeouts. 10.7 in terms of Ks per 9 as a staff, but you look at some of the other major categories, most walks of any staff in the league, most hits of any staff in the league. As Hurd, once again, stays alive and sends it to the concourse over to our left. It's the give and take that many people say comes with being a staff that relies on the strikeout, but you have to think at some point, if you're getting that many strikeouts, you're probably not walking as many batters, or is that not the case?
No, absolutely. And in many ways, those walks don't lead to hits, which in those hits don't lead to runs.
And right there, a good, long, quality at bat for Hurd will wind up with him headed back to the dugout with a strikeout and 2 quick outs here in the 3rd inning for Thomas Burns.
Yeah, Burns now with another 6K performance, as now he has had at least 6 Ks in each of his first 3 starts in college ball. Something truly impressive from a true freshman.
And he blows by 92, right by Thompson. He's been as advertised so far as that Friday night guy for Willie Bloomquist. That time 94, Thompson can only watch it. And it's 0-2 quickly.
And his velocity seems to be getting higher and higher as this pitch count gets higher.
That one just missed. He wanted it. Started strutting a little bit too soon. Steve Mattingly said it was just off. One, two. A deep fly ball to left field. Williams racing back to the wall. She's gone. Bennett Thompson will touch them all. A solo home run, and the Duck deficit is down to 1.
First home run of the year for Thompson. 96 miles an hour from the arm of Burns. Right down Main Street. No better way to put it. There's great contact on the part of Thompson. And certainly that power is just something that this Oregon offense brings, and not far enough for Harris Williams as it bounces off the retired numbers in deep left center.
Jacob Walsh falls the first pitch off. And for Oregon as a team, it's their 18th home run. 0-2 quickly. And for Burns, that has been the one thing that has truly hurt him, is now that's the 6th home run he's allowed.
And the 3rd in these last 2 weeks.
And he makes up for it with a quick 3-pitch strikeout of Jacob Walsh. So a quick inning for Burns, but he gives up the solo shot. Bottom 3 up next. 2-1, Sun Devils on top.